Can we make this trading strategy a profitable one? Let's find out in this Edgewonk Trading Journal review. So hello, welcome back, and thank you again for sending in your journals. If you are an existing user, follow the link in the description below if you want me to review your journal. If you are thinking about getting Edgewonk, this is a great chance, and once you have entered a few trades, send your journal over to us and we will do a review and help you improve your journaling and hopefully also your trading. So let's take a look here at the home screen, and this is going to be a very interesting review. I already had a look. And you can see when we look at the performance graph, you can see that more or less this trader is here around break even. However, there are periods where he is losing quite a bit of money, and we will try to find out how we can improve his trading and can we improve his trading. When we look here at the overall evaluation here in the home screen, we can see a 57% win rate, which is decent. But overall, it seems that there are things in his trading performance that are costing him a lot of money. When we go to the chart lab, you can see it even better when we switch to the gain loss. And there are periods where he's losing quite a bit of money over a short period of time. So only 3 times in his trading, performance, over 119 trades, he lost a bunch of money. And then there were periods where he traded very well, very effectively for a short period of time. And we need to find out how we can eliminate those drawdowns and what are the similarities between those drawdowns and why is he actually engaging in those things. So when we look at the journal, I scroll to the right, and then here you can see the entry and the exit and the trade management comments. And when we go to the settings, we can have a much better understanding of what he's inputting. So here you can switch between the different comments, and you can see he has 2 negative comments and 2 positive comments. And the negative ones are emotional entry and a low expectation, which are very interesting. When we look at the trade exit comments, he has 2 negative ones, which is the too early exit, and the exit did not exit on initial stop loss. This already sounds like something we need to investigate, because exiting a trade on the stop loss is usually very important. That's what they are there for. And when we take a look at the trade management, he has 3 negative comments: widened the stop loss, real-time management. So it seems like that he is classifying micromanagement and real-time management as negative. And then over trading, more than 3% risk. So let's take a look in the trade analytics and let's try to find out what his performance and what his trading behavior is actually costing him. So let's start with the trade entry comments. So we select it here, then it's in the ordering. And now we have a detailed breakdown of his performance. We want to sort it by the sum of the gain. So we can see the outliers. And the emotional entry is costing him quite a bit. So overall, he has lost 155, roughly 160,000. This is Thai baht. And the emotional entries alone are costing him 344,000. So this is already quite a big deal for the trader. Without emotional entries, his trading would look very differently. Let's go to the chart lab and let's take a look at the entry comments. And let's look at all the trades except for the ones with emotional entries. And you can see without emotional entries, the trader would have been very profitable and with an overall loss of with an overall gain of 175,000, more than what he's currently down. So this is something to mark down. And when it comes to making improvements as a trader, what we are seeing week after week in all the trading journals that you are sending to us is that rarely are the traders doing everything completely wrong. Overall, there are always and usually good parts in the trading approach. Most of the time, the traders are doing things correctly, but there are certain times where the traders just lose it, and it could be emotional issues. And usually you can boil it down to 1 or 2 major mistakes that are costing the trader a lot of money. So what we recommend is that when you do your own Edgewonk review and you write down on a piece of paper, or you can also use under process a session, you can start a new session and you write down your lessons that you have learned. So you can, for example, let's say we want to enter a new session and we want to write down that we want to avoid here, or that we need to eliminate emotional entries. So this is just a quick reminder, and in the sessions, this is a great way how you can keep track of the findings of your journal, and then you can come back to it and just quickly get reminded about what you found. So let's go back to the trade analytics, and let's take a look at his exit comments. And for that, we use the trade exit comment here in the ordering. We get a breakdown. We want to order it again by sum and gain. And you can see, did not exit on initial stop loss. He lost 588,000. So this is much, much more than his overall loss. So it seems like that this is really, really a big deal. Only 16 trades, but a huge loss. You can see the expectancy per trade is almost negative 37,000, compared to an average trade expectancy of 1,000. And you have found the big thing that you probably should put all your effort in trying to eliminate. So it looks like once the trader has a stop loss, he really needs to stick to it. Let's take a look again at the chart lab. And now we want to look at all the comments and all the trades except for the ones where he did not exit on the initial stop loss. Let's take them all. And you can see now the trader would have had a positive performance of almost 400,000. And the equity graph looks really, really nice. So this is even more important than working on the entry comment. He seems to be quite on top of his entry game, but the trades where he did not exit on the initial stop loss, that's the big thing. And once you have found something like this, once you have found the big outlier that would completely turn around your trading, this is going to be a huge confidence boost, because once you realize that there's only one thing in your trading that you need to change to become a hugely and widely profitable trader potentially, then this should really be very, very encouraging to you. Let's look further into the trade analytics, clear the filter first. And let's take a look at his trade management comments. So here you can see, let's order them again by the gain loss. And here as well, widened stop loss, he lost almost 500,000. So again, a huge, huge outlier. His individual trade expectancy is negative 27,000. Again, much, much higher than the average expectancy. So he seems to have quite a big issue with his stop loss orders. And this is something that is very common for many traders. Many traders, when they don't have such a nice and detailed trading routine, they will never be aware of it. And if you don't have such a journaling routine where you cannot really pinpoint the errors, then you're always stuck in the dark, because you might have a vague idea of what you should be doing, but when you cannot back it up, when you cannot see it and really verify it by hard trading data, then this is going to be a huge, huge issue for you. And if you have something like this where you can really find out and really pinpoint what is costing you all the money, then this should be a very big relief actually for your trading. So let's take a look again for all the trades where he had a positive comment, except for the ones where he widened his stop loss, and he has a positive performance of 294,000. So this looks like we have found what the trader is really costing him money. We can take a quick look at the trade management graph, and overall we see that his performance is very, very nicely. So the orange graph is above the green graph, which is the most important thing, because it means that his actual current trading performance in orange is much higher than the performance without management. So it seems like overall he's doing quite well with his trade management. One thing that I want to address is here in the last part, it seems like over the last few trades he has lost quite a bit of money. And when you look here at the last 10 trades, we can see this huge decline. So we need to look at, and I want to look at, what is happening here in the last 10 trades. So we can go back to the trade analytics. And for example, let's take a look at the trade outcome. So we add the trade outcome comment here, and then we get a breakdown over the last 10 trades. You have 5 winners and 5 losers, which is good. The expectancy here of the losing trades, although is twice the size of a winning trade, which is almost twice as large. So this is already going to be something the trader could look into if this is not going if this is against his trading plan. But if the losers are twice the size of the winners, this is usually not a good sign. We could also take a look again at the chart lab and the trade management, and now you can see that you have actually quite a big of an issue. Whereas you cannot see it in the whole trade management graph over all his trades, when we look just at his last trades, it seems like he's mismanaging his trades. Now the green graph is on top of the orange graph, which means that he's mismanaging his trades. This could mean that he's exiting his trades too early, or, as we've seen in this journal, probably has a much bigger issue with the stops, so he might actually let his trades run beyond the stop loss. And this could pinpoint and this could highlight and indicate such an error, such an issue. So you can see in the last 10 trades, things are not really going according to his plan, and this is something that he needs to address to make sure that the current drawdown is not going or getting more out of hand as it already is. So this is a very promising looking journal, even though you can see it's overall more or less break even with a slight loss. But we have identified the big issues, the big drawdowns. We have found the cause, and now it is up to the trader to develop a strategy and a plan to overcome that. But just being aware of how much he's losing with stop loss issues and how profitable he could have been if he would have just fixed his stop issues, it should already here be a very, very big confidence boost and something that makes the trader look forward to his trading, because it seems like that profitable trading is very, very achievable for this trader.